Hi guys, today I'm going to share with you something very unexpected, a side effect, a complication I had during HACT. Um, Very shocking to me, but I have to tell you about it because it's possible it can happen to anyone, although it's not very common and something you just don't expect, but it's possible. Since it happened to me, it can happen to someone else. So I would like to share with you. Um, I had my transplant on the 15th of February, and after the transplant, I thought I was on the safe side, so naturally I would go into isolation, and then soon I would be going home, and everything would be just smooth, and I would start recovering. Well, in real life, things don't always go the way we want them to go. So 5 days after my transplant, I was in isolation and I just had my CVC line used for taking my morning blood sample, since every morning I used to have a blood test and the blood was drawn from my necklines. This one morning on the 20th of February, I remember there was one of my favorite nurses came in and wanted to take a blood test. Well, that was something I was very used to at that point because every day I was having blood test. So I was just sitting on the bed, hospital bed, and I was, of course, the blood drawn always felt a bit different from the neck, since the neck is, for me especially, is for very sensitive area, especially my right side has always been a problem since I get these tension headaches and my muscles are very tight, especially from the right side. So I was a bit hesitant in the beginning when I was told that I would have my necklines on my right side, but so far so good until the nurse came in and she opened the tubes and she had this syringe where she was collecting the blood, and I started feeling pressure, and I thought it was normal because I had the same procedure done quite a few times before, and I thought, why would something different happen this time? Well, the pressure kept coming more and more, and for some reason the nurse had the urge, needed to get some equipments outside the room she had forgot. So she just told me, hold for 1 minute and keep this this syringe in place. So by the time she would come back, I would be finished because the blood was coming quite slowly. So she left me, and it took a couple of minutes, and then after that I have no memory whatsoever. So obviously I passed out. I lost temporarily my consciousness for some time, maybe a couple of minutes, maximum 5 minutes. I was unconscious. So the next memory I have was from I was being held, and I was being talked to by the doctors, all the nurses. All I remember is that I had many noises, very blurry memories I have from that moment, but I was feeling very weird, very fuzzy, very nauseous, I just wanted to cough, and I felt that I couldn't breathe. It was very frightening, all the situation, the time I woke up, and the doctor just kept repeating, are you okay, are you okay, how do you feel? And they just tried to get me back and make sure that I was getting better after had started to recover from the unconscious state I was in. Then I was given extra oxygen. I was on oxygen support for a few hours. since I woke up from the weird state I was in, and I don't have any memory of that time. How long it was, I don't know. Then I realized that my neckline was missing. Next thing I knew, I realized that my neckline was missing. Where was my neckline? Then I realized I had a cannula on my left arm instead. So no neckline any longer and a new cannula. So what was going on? It was very, very weird because many things were happening, and I couldn't follow. My vitals were checked constantly because I was told that my oxygen levels were decreased, and that was scary because my brain wasn't able to receive the right amount of oxygen. The blood flow was disturbed due to some cause. Well, of course, my right side has always been causing me problems, so probably this time as well, I could put the blame on my right side, my stupid vessels that are just so tight and don't always work properly. So it was pretty hard, and I was also told that they had to just abruptly open my upper airways just to make sure that I wasn't suffocating. So it was very, very confusing how this all happened and why this all happened, and they just call it was some sort of epileptic reaction, adverse event, a possible complication that can happen. It just happened to me. So it was for sure the most intimidating complication I ever had of any sort of medical intervention. And I was quite embarrassed since I slowly started to recover and I started feeling better because they gave me anti-nausea fluids and some other fluids and also some vitamins and minerals just to help me get back and feel better. I realized that I was so wet. I felt wet, like my bed underneath me where I was lying. It felt like I had been sweating like a pig. But it didn't take long since I was quite quickly recovering from the incident, from the complication. I realized that I had wet myself. It wasn't sweat. I had wet myself because I had lost consciousness and I wasn't able to control my bladder or anything. I had peed on the bed, and nobody said it, but I know they knew because of probably of the smell and from the amount of fluids on the bed. It was kind of very, 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 very embarrassing. But it happened, and the main thing is that I survived from it, and they were all there to support me. They were the best medical team ever to help me, and they were holding my hand and just making me feel safe, even though it was very, very scary. So I'm very thankful for all the medical team, all the wonderful people around me who just saved basically my life. So I am not over exaggerating how terribly scared I was during that very short moment, but it was very, very intense for me. So apparently things can happen even post-transplant. They can happen prior to transplant, they can happen after transplant. Who knows, but that is something I had to go through, and I didn't expect it, and even in my wildest nightmares, to happen to me. But luckily I was in the right place in the right time, so I got the best help and care I could have ever asked. So in the end everything turned out good, and I was back to business, and now I'm here telling you about this experience, so it wasn't that bad. I just have one more crazy experience, medical experience to tell. I'm not sure what was the real cause, but probably because of my anatomy and my veins and vessels are just, they are what they are. So I guess this wasn't easy to avoid, and so that's why it happened. But I am happy now to be well and just be able to share this experience with you guys, because now I can just laugh about it and feel that it was something that happened to me. But life, it is what it is. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger usually, and so it definitely did. The whole experience, the HACT, and as well as this unexpected part of the treatment that was considered an epileptic adverse event, something treatable. So the right people in the right place can definitely help you, because they know what they're doing, and in my case they definitely did, and I feel completely safe, and I can only praise the medical staff helping me to regain consciousness and to get better. So that was my syncope story, and hopefully I see you next time, sharing something less intense about my agency journey. But thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.